All right, class, I hope you enjoyed the video one, which was us joking around, talking about the 4 taxes that you're going to pay. You have a sheet on your desk like this. It's going to go in the notes section of your notebook. But you're going to go ahead and cut out a big rectangle so that your sheet looks like this, okay? I already started writing on mine. So let's look at number 1, income tax. That is tax on money from a job, tax on an amount of money you earn. So they could be written, like the question could be, what tax would he pay on the amount of money that he earned? Or what type of money, what tax do you pay on money that you get from a job? Okay, so either one of those, income tax, we pay that once a year, and it's due by April 15th. Some of your parents may get an income tax check back because they don't owe. Maybe they paid too much in or their deductions are too high. So this is the one that we pay by April 15th of every year. Okay, and sometimes if your deductions are more than what you owe, you might get a check back instead of owing this. All right. Payroll tax. This one, sorry, let me back up. Income tax. This was the one where my husband was he was making all that money, and I explained to him he can't forget that we have to pay our income tax at the end of the year. Okay. All right. Payroll tax is taxes an employer pays from an employee's paycheck. All right, let's real quick establish what is the difference between an employer and an employee. An employer is who you work for. I work for Cater Elementary or Temple Independent School District. That's my employer. I'm the employee. Miss Webster's the employee. You are the employee whenever you have a job, okay? So whenever I make $10 an hour, like Elizabeth was saying in the video, I'm not really going to get a check for all of that. If I work 32 hours, I'm not going to get a check for $320. I have to take out payroll taxes. Those are federal taxes. That's what help pay for our new roads. They pay for insurance. It pays for our federal taxes, things like that, okay? So it helps, it pays for our military. It helps with our law enforcement, our roads, our public schools, our parks. That's what all of the taxes pay for. All right. The next one we talked about in our video is sales tax. Sales tax is a tax on something you buy. So a tax added to the cost of items and services. This was Elizabeth's video talking about she wanted to buy the shirt for $14 and I believe 98 cents, but she had $15 and the lady said she didn't have enough money. I'm sure that's happening before you've wanted a toy and you thought you had enough money, but you have to add in the tax. And our tax is 8 cents, so 8 pennies for every dollar you spend. So let's say it's $10, you've got to pay $10 plus the 8 cents for every dollar. So 8 cents times 10 would give me what? $10.80 about, okay? All right, so I'm going to put in parentheses a tax on something you buy. Because that one might be easier to remember. And this one's added to the cost, okay? All right, property tax. That was the funny video where my husband came in and he was talking about how high our property tax was. Okay, so this is a tax on the value, a tax on the value of a home, building, property, like land or anything like that. So that is like when we buy a home, you're not only paying for that home, but you have to pay property tax as well. Okay? So in addition to your the cost of your home, you have to pay the tax on top of the cost of your home. All right, right here you may have whiteout or you may have a black mark. That's because I took off something there and I really wanted to just really talk about taxes for a minute. So right here I want you to write real kind of big the word taxes. All right, I want you to put a bullet point. Taxes is money paid to the government to fund the common defense and general welfare of the U.S. All right, so what that really means is that everybody can call the police, right? And if our military are fighting for our freedoms, they're not just fighting for one or two people, they're fighting for everyone. So common defense and welfare of the U.S. So like older people that may need help paying some of their bills, some of our taxes go to that. To pay for our firefighters or our military or our police officers or build new roads or pay for schools so that we can all have a free education in school. That the government helps us build schools and pay for different things that we need, okay? There are 4 kinds of taxes. Put another bullet point. 4 kinds of taxes. They're listed over here. Okay, we just went over those. Put another bullet. Congress has the power to establish and collect taxes. Congress, that's our government. Congress has the power to establish and collect taxes. Guys, everything you buy or every job, you can't have a job without paying taxes. Okay, if you get a paycheck, they're going to take out taxes. When you go buy something in the store, you're paying taxes. When you go get a new car, you're paying taxes. When you buy a house, you're paying taxes. Everybody has to pay taxes so that everybody can drive on our roads or call the police or be a part of the United States. And we all pitch in to pay for those things. Another bullet point that I want is tax money goes to the local, that's Temple, right? State is Texas, and federal is the United States government. So some of the taxes we pay, like our property tax, that goes to our local government. Taxes that we pay, Texas doesn't have a state tax, but some do, but sales tax, that goes to our state. And then federal, like income tax and some of our payroll tax, that goes to federal government. Okay? Taxes, another bullet, help pay for public school, police, military, roads, firefighters, right? That's why whenever, if you had a house fire, they would come to your house and help you because your taxes are paying to make sure that we have people to help with that. Very good. Okay, at this time, you're going to take this, you're going to fold it in just like this, fold it over, so that the only thing showing is the income, payroll, sales, property tax, and you're going to glue it into your math log. Either way, don't care. So you're going to glue that into your math log and then make sure that you write in your table of contents taxes, okay? So I have my math log. I am going to make sure that I have, I've put in my foldable, so unit 1 and 2 review. I glued that in. So unit 1 and 2 review, that should be in your math log at this point. And that is in my foldable section. And then, so I glued that in yesterday, which is 1017 before my CBA. And then now you're going to write taxes, and this is going to go in the notes section. And today is 1018. Okay, so flip to the notes section of your notebook. And then you're going to glue in, probably fits better this way, your taxes. All right. I'm also going to, I glue that in. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over just some problems that you would see that have to do with taxes. So I'm just going to work through these. You're not working these, you're just watching. And then whenever you get to the try me that is on your desk, that is the part you're doing to turn in. Also, when you get, before I start this, let me remind you, when you get past the vocabulary part of today, on the table where we, beside the Chromebooks, there is a crossword puzzle that has our vocabulary for the week and its definitions. So you will be putting in your vocabulary words, but after you get those into your notebook, you may pick up this whenever you're on the vocabulary section, put your name on it, and then start this. This is a grade due by Friday, but you have today, Thursday, and Friday to complete that when you're on the vocabulary section each day. All right? I'm going to put that aside. Okay, so right here, we're going to start. Let's start on this side that says each week. Let me zoom that in. And again, you're not writing anything, you're just listening. Each week, Desiree earns $925 and pays. So if you're paying something, you're subtracting that out, right? Okay, $148 in payroll tax. How long does it take Desiree to earn at least $3,000 after taxes? All right, so I've got a couple of things going on here. First, I get paid $925. That's what I get paid. Okay? Let me rip this. The question is, how long will it take to earn $3,000? Well, what's important is I get paid $925. Why is that so blurry? I have to pay taxes are $148. And I want to know how long it takes to make $3,000. Okay. So to solve this, there we go. To solve this, I am going to, first I have to subtract my tax. Okay. So I'm going to subtract my tax to find out what I make each week. Well, I can't take 8 from 5. I borrow. This becomes 1. This becomes 15. So 8 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have $7 left there. Okay. I can't take 4 from 1, so I borrow this. 9 becomes an 8. This becomes 11. 11 minus 4 is going to give me what? Good, 7. So 7, 11 minus 4 is 7. And then 8 minus 1 is going to give me 7. So she's really only making, this is what her paycheck is. This is what she's going to receive each week. Okay. So now that I know she's making $777 a week, how do I figure out how long it takes her to make $3,000? All right. Well, I can multiply. Well, I know if I'm making, I could also divide. I could take 3,000, divide by 777, and it'll tell me how many weeks that's going to take. Or I could multiply, and some of y'all are better at the multiplication than you are the division. So $777 per week. Well, let me check this. The lowest number of weeks here is 3. So I'm going to see how much money I'm going to make in 3 weeks. Well, 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 7, 21, 22, 23. 21, 22, 23. So I've only made $2,331 in 3 weeks. Okay, so it's going to take me longer than that. All right, well, if this is 3 weeks, because if I could take $777 and multiply it by 4, or I could go ahead and just add another $777 here, and this would give me 4 weeks. So 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've now made 3,108. So what I know is it's going to take me 4 weeks. Let me bubble that correctly. Okay. Very good. Rex buys a flashlight for $44 and binoculars for $69. What is the total cost of Rex's purchase if sales tax are 7 cents on every dollar? Well, what is the total cost? Important information is the flashlight equals $44 and the binoculars equal $69. The tax equals 0.07 cents for each dollar. Okay. To solve this, first I've got to add up what I'm buying. Then I'm going to have to multiply to find the tax. And then I'm going to add the tax to the cost. Okay, so I have 3 steps here. All right, so to do that, first I'm going to add my $44 plus my $69. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So right now I'm spending $113. But if I take $113 to the store, I cannot buy that stuff. Okay, so I know that can't be it. All right, so for every dollar I spend, I'm going to pay 7 cents. What other one can we mark off because it doesn't make sense? All right, I should be able to mark off A, because if it's not $113, it's not $113.07. I'm not just paying the 7 cents, 7 pennies for the whole $113. I have to pay it for every dollar. So if I take $113 and I multiply it by 0.07, this will tell me my tax. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 1 is 7, 8, 9. 7 times 1 is 7. I can multiply by the 0, which is still going to, so I move over, that's going to give me 0, 0, 0, right? So 1, 9, 7, 0. And I have to place my decimal. My decimal for 113 would be right there, but it's still 1, 2 back, 1, 2 back. So I'm going to pay $7.91 tax. So I added to get my binoculars, I multiplied to get my tax, and now I have to add the tax to the cost. So I'm going to come right here and do $113 plus $7.91. And remember, when I add decimals, I must line up the decimals. So that would be 1, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2. So I'm going to pay $120.91 to purchase that. Okay, very good. All right, I'm going to do one more problem for you. A pair of laces has a price tag of $7. The sales tax is 8 cents on every dollar, which is the total price of the laces. So again, what is the total? The important information is the laces cost $7. The tax equals 8 cents per dollar. Okay. To solve this, I already know the cost. So I'm only buying one thing. So I'm going to actually just multiply to find the tax and then add the tax to cost. So I've got to multiply $7 times 8 cents. Well, 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 7. That's a really hard one for y'all. I need you to tell me what 8 times 7 is, because we make this mistake all the time. Okay, so I should have gotten 56. I would put the 6, and the 5 would go up, but there's nowhere for it to go, so it's 56. I can, again, use placeholder and multiply everything by the 0, but it's just going to give me zeros. Okay. 0, 0, 6, and 5. So my decimal goes over 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, because it goes over 2 here and 2 here, so 4 total. So it's 56 cents. So I'm going to take my $7 and add the 56 cents to it, and I'm going to pay $7.56, or C. All right. So that should help you with some of your problems on the Try Me. Those are the tougher ones. So if you will complete that and then turn that into the tray.